Hi, in today's video, I'm going to discuss about SOAP UI, REST and all that. As we all know, whenever we are working on application development, especially uh, development team, at the same time, nowadays, even people who are working under business analyst roles or who wants to pursue their career of business analyst roles should have a knowledge and idea over API, which is called Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface is the one which will be used to communicate between two different applications. If you want to have a communication and connect between two different applications, generally we use APIs. As an example, like RESTful API, SOAP API, right? So these are the different examples. So this is all to communicate with. For example, you want to book a reservation ticket, right? So for if you are traveling, right? So what usually we do, we go to the travel portal where we can book the tickets and all, and we can select which location we want to travel. Based on that, we select the date, right? So everything will be selected. Available options will be open. So then, wherein we will be booking the ticket and we travel accordingly. So how is this happen? How this access of data is happening here? This is where generally communication taken place between two different applications. Either it can be of anything. One more example I'll give, right? So where we are using social networking websites, where we are using Gmail accounts and all everything to access those social networking websites for our day-to-day activities, all that, right? So for professionally or personally, like Facebook or LinkedIn, something, right? So wherein we are using Gmail accounts to do that. So this is where generally this connection. So application, whenever we are working on, this is all something usually requires, right? So this connecting of applications and all everything is something essentially required. So people who are working in the field of IT, irrespective of the domain, irrespective of the technology, either we may be the role of a developer or we may be a role of a business analyst or someone. Knowing about APIs, application programming interfaces, at the same time, how to create APIs and all everything are essentially important. So basics about API, RESTful API and all that, I already made a video. I already posted in my channel, wherein I'll be giving you the link below the video. Description link will be given to you, that old video, so that you're going to have, you can see that. So this is how generally SOAP UI screen looks like, wherein we have different files which we have to create. We can, if you want to create any empty project files and all everything, we can create here, right? So here you can see there are different project summaries, right? So we need to mention the file path setting, right? So all these things we can do it, right? So this is all something we can do. This is in context to the properties, all that, right? So description can be written, project description. You can write down the project properties, right? So if you want to load any kind of descriptions or something, we can do that. At the same time, whatever the test suits are we going to create, even test suits, everything can be created even here. This is all something important when we are working on the application development. At the same time, if you want to create any kind of projects, or if you want to create any kind of new test suits, or if you want to create any kind of new SOAP or REST mock services and all everything, we can create even. At the same time, if you want to create any new RESTful service URI and all everything, or else for the people who wants to do the testing and all that, launching the test runners, load runners, right? So all these things can be used in this project, right? So we can create, right? So we can simply click on launch test runner, and wherein we need to update those details, and we can simply click on launch. Next, after that, there are options where it is required. So what are the tools we have? Either it can be JBoss or JX tools, all that. or Apache tools, right? So different tools can be used here. Next, when it comes to the connectivity of SOAP and all everything, if you want to create any project relating to SOAP, SOAP nothing but simple object access protocol, we call it as. If you want to create any SOAP project and all, we can create even here. Or else if you want to create any project relating to RESTful API, so even we can create this as well. Or else if you want to import any kind of data from the existing project files and all everything, we can import as well. Or else if you want to make any kind of proxies to the existing application, what is that we are working on, followed by the kind of forums do we have, right? So at the same time, if you want to create any new project test suites, right? So security scans defaults, all these things we can click on. I already created a project which is on online shopping. You can see here. Of course, there was some project which I have already created. So called online shopping and all, wherein I am working on it, right? So I've done something, right? So this is where and how usually this projects can be created, especially for API integrations and all that. So wherein we can work accordingly. And if you want, either we can use SOAP or we can RESTful API, right? Any one. Because some people uses SOAP as an API. Some people will go for RESTfulness as an API. So anyone, whichever is important for us, whichever is required. So that can be used here, right? So this is what and how usually the SOAP UI and all everything is being used for. And whenever we are working on application development, especially in the roles of technical team, development team or testing team, or else we are working as a business analyst, especially nowadays, having a knowledge over these APIs, API integrations, all these are becoming important. So these are all becoming important nowadays, right? So uh, technical knowledge is becoming mandatory for all the profiles now. So in regard to that, I just made a video of it. So I hope you got an idea what exactly it is and how it works, all that. This is all about this video. If you have any questions, if you have any queries in regard to that, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.